morning, Mustangs, and welcome back to Mustang Report.
I'm Maggie.
And I'm Logan.
Seniors, don't forget to order your cap and gown.
Now to sports with Spencer and you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Boys varsity basketball lost against South Garland 60-42 and won against Rowlett 67-51. Boys varsity basketball plays today versus Wiley at 7:45. Girls varsity basketball won against South 79-18 and won against Rowlett 61-40. The girls varsity basketball's last game was Tuesday. Congratulate them for their great season.
Boys varsity soccer lost against Garland 1-0, but won against North Garland 2-0. They play Lakeview today at 7. Girls varsity soccer won against Garland 4-0 and won against North as well 7-0. They play Lakeview tonight at Sachse 7:30 p.m. Girls softball played against Crandall this past weekend, winning the game 5-3.
Sachse's bowling team is still undefeated, so be sure to congratulate them if you see them. Super Bowl 53 Rams versus Patriots was super boring, and it was the lowest scoring Super Bowl in history, so that sucked.
That's all the sports news we have this week, Sachse. We'll see you next week.
Are you from Tennessee?
No.
Well, never mind then.
Valentine's Day is coming up very soon. It's on Thursday. Be sure to get your valograms in the cafeteria.
Hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad it's joke of the week time? Let's off to Perla.
I thought it would be funny to share a animal joke. So it goes like this. What's a cow on the ground called? Ground beef.
It's the Chinese New Year, and the animal of this year is the pig. Logan, that's you, right? Yeah.
Hey Mustangs, I'm Chris Goodwin, and in honor of Chinese New Year's this year, I'm going to tell you a little short story about its origin. Long, long ago, there was a beast called Nian that lived high up in the mountains. Nian would appear into a village and attack the villagers, but one day, the gods have finally found him and locked him up in the mountains. A year has passed, and Nian has escaped. He was mad, he was furious, he wanted to seek revenge on the villagers. The villagers got the news that Nian was coming for them. They got together and figured out a way to scare away the Nian. They believed that loud noises and bright colors would scare away the Nian. They started to prepare for the Nian by painting their houses red and gathered firecrackers and drums. When the Nian came, everyone was in position. The Nian was frightened by the big red buildings and loud noises that he ran off into the mountains and never came back. To make sure that, every year they would set off fireworks and decorate buildings with red. This became a tradition known as and celebrated around the many different countries in Asia.
Weather's been crazy nice this week. Let's see what we have in store for next week with Gerardo.
This week's weather facts on Weather Roundup, we're going to talk about the frostquake. Cryoseum, otherwise known as frostquake, is created by having deep freeze on the ground. If it happens, it can create a loud boom. Although it is harmless, it can be mistaken by the difference between an earthquake and a frostquake. And as for next week's outlook, we can expect wet conditions for the beginning of the week. Monday and Tuesday will show rainy conditions with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. Valentine's Day will show AM showers with highs of 62 and the low of 46. Then it should remain partly cloudy by Friday.
Hey Sachse. This Tuesday, we had an incident regarding public safety, but thanks to the effectiveness and bravery of our staff, we were able to defuse the situation before anything happened. The question still remains though, what did Sachse do in order to ensure our students' safety, and what can we better improve on in the future? To answer this, I talked to our Vice Principal, Mr. Young.
Hi Sachse, I'm here with Mr. Young. Mr. Young, First of all, I'd like to thank you for all you do for Sachse High School and for ensuring the safety of our students. Now, due to the situation that happened on Tuesday, what steps did Sachse take in order to ensure the safety of the students?
Well, I can tell you it wasn't just Tuesday. It's any time that we have a perceived threat on campus, we immediately notify Sachse PD, Garland ISD security. That day in particular, we were doing a random search anyway, so GISD security was on campus when we were notified, so that was just a coincidence that they were here. But Sachse PD responded very quickly as well because of our SROs, and so there was a team investigating from the very beginning when we got our first anonymous alert.
Okay. And what steps is Sachse taking moving forward in order to better ensure the safety of our students?
Well, I mean, we always look at ways to improve policies and procedures here on campus. We learn a little bit of information each time we go into one of these situations, which is rare, thankfully, that we have a great school. But we're constantly looking at the way that we respond to situations like this. We come together with GISD Security and with Sachse PD to review how we handled certain things and how we can improve. So there's a constant change or evolution in our policies and procedures. The staff and the students did exactly what we wanted them to do, reported it. And again, we're going to get more information from our students than we do from anyone else because of the social media. The adults are up here teaching and being educators, and the students are seeing this even before we do. Mm-hmm. And so the biggest key is if there is a perceived threat, to notify the administration or our SROs as quickly as possible so that we can respond to it.
Okay, and finally, if a student wants to submit an anonymous report, how would they go about doing that?
Well, there are posters throughout the building on the anonymous alert. There's a QR code that they can scan. And if they have questions, they can always come down here to the office and we can walk them through the procedures.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Young.
Hey Sachse, we're here with Ms. Kubani, and can you tell us something about the multicultural dance?
So the Multicultural Assembly is a celebration of all the different cultures here at Sachse High School. We have over 20 languages represented at Sachse High School, and we want to celebrate them. So the Multicultural Assembly takes countries from all over the world, and students here at Sachse are going to show us their traditional clothing and a very nice fashion show, and also some cultural dancing and singing.
So, Ms. Kubani, what got you interested? Why is it like your little passion baby or something?
Yes, I love all cultures. My dream is to travel the world and become familiar with everybody's culture and just include everybody at Sachse and not forget anybody.
Is there any more information you would like us to know about it?
We are still accepting tryouts every Tuesday afternoon until February 14th to be in the Multicultural Assembly. Come February 21st, they'll be during A4.
That's all for this week, Sachse. See you next week. Every day is ran by the government. Every day is ran by their government.